Hi, this is Brent, and we're going to break apart the droid character today and bake him out to poly. Um, so let's get started. This is just a nice little walkthrough. It's going to be a little rough though. Um, Let me just make sure my pen is working properly and everything. Everybody's working properly. Good. Good rotation. He's just a heavy model. Okay. Oh, seemingly heavy. Let's see what we got lined up for his arm area, because we need to break him apart. That's his arm lower and his arm upper. And no. Who's attached to this? Nobody. But yet it has parents. It's a parent to something. Who is it? Foot. Okay, so here we have the arm upper. And what was I saying? Arm upper roller. And he should technically, who's inside of him? That cutter. They should technically be in arm upper, right? Okay, let's be careful, because sometimes things don't go the way you expect them to. All right, and who is that? That's the rotator. So I'll keep it simple. All I need to do is break them out to their parts that are going to be set up for animation. So that's the main thing. So I know he goes along. He's a bumper in here. Okay, and he'll just fit right over 3D wise. He'll just fit right over the roller there. And this is the lower arm on this section. Let's see, do we have any parenting going on? Who is he? And we sure do. So let's see if we parented out right. We sure did. Okay, and I see that we have a little extra happening on the other side there. So I'm just going to tell him to ignore mirror, because we don't need that joint. That little joint that was over there. Great. Great. And let me start saving this as we go. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and make a new file of this. This can be called, I'm just going a little slow. Droid 26 to poly. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right. All right. Okay. We can set this aside for right now. I'm not using it much. All right. So these two areas are already ready to bake. All I need to do is just separate his lower leg and so on. So who is the parent here? I'm just gonna move him out a little further. So that's upper arm. Hey, did I not tell? Dude, hold on. Parent to upper arm, bro. So now when I go upper arm, okay. All right, good. we'll just let her. I'm not concerned about my hose right here, so we'll just leave it alone. Just want to give some room here. Just want to give some room here. Okay. Are we saving or what? I don't see it. I don't see a save going on. There you go. All right. Okay, and let's go up now. Since we start off well with that, the head may get a little tricky. The head may get a little tricky. Because it's the upper neck roller, lower, where's the head? Chest, right, box. Who are you related to? Why is he ghosted? Come on, monitors. Droid head, why is he ghosted? That's weird. Okay, that's weird. Can't exactly move anything if you have a head ghosted, right? Somewhere in here, something's wrong. There you go. Not sure why that was turned on, but this is how it works. Yeah. Thank you. Everything's just moving a little slower. Now, who's all in this head area? If I rip them this way, and it's ideal. We'll just go like this. Yay! For the moment. Because I'm literally relying upon how thorough I was when I was creating it. Because I was totally in the flow, right? I was totally in the flow. So when I'm sitting here like looking at it going, okay, so what's going on here? I'm literally trying to parse like how I was putting things together intuitively as I was going. Lately, I'm caring less and less and less about the outline editor because the flow is so nice. Because which means that having to go back to the outline editor and continue to parent properly breaks the flow. So I'm glad to see that I at least did this much. I'm actually very happy. Yeah, okay, because that's a ball socket. Technically, that's the roller. It should be with the head. This part should be with the head. It should be cut. Come on, we don't want to be here all day. Let's see. That's the ball roller. Technically, it should be cut. It's going to be a half. Good question. I may just take the cut. It's all going to be, that's going to be casting shadow a lot. So I may just, let me see. How do I want to approach this? Because is he parented? Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right. We'll leave him alone. All right. We'll just leave that with the body. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. We're going to leave the body. The body's going to stay in place. Everyone else, the limbs are going to separate from it. I'll leave this roller as it is right now. I may go back and change it with another bake, but not, oh man, but not this big. What happened? Somebody's not parented. Somebody's not parented. Hold on. I see something. So we have cutters here. let's see. We have cutters here in the ears that need to be set up. So, and I'm not sure where they are right now. And and there they are. And there's the head. So cylinder, you go right into the head. Perfect. Now let me check again. Close up now. And see who gets left behind. I don't see anybody getting left behind right now. Okay. And right now the Huion keyboard thing and the mouse, and the pen are working ideally. I'm not having to think about any of that at all while I'm moving. So that's successful right now. Okay. Because I prefer to record in this mode, like this, and I prefer to do some of these technical things that take a while to get done, actually, or that I like to put off sometimes that are very important. But I'm like, ugh, it's boring. Let me put this thing off. Actually, those are the best ones to make videos of, because A, it chronicles the process. B, it ensures I get it done in a timely manner instead of putting it off. Baking out the poly obviously is not as sexy as making the object or rigging it or animating it or anything. So, but without it, nothing else exists. So we're rocking and rolling on it. And who is this that I need to click through? He stays there. I just need to see who he is. We gotta do a little bit of mouse action on here because I don't have because I do need a little scroll wheel action here. And he's upper. That's upper leg. Oh, that's an upper leg cutter, bro. Oh, that's the upper leg joint. Okay, let's see if I pull them apart. Let's move this guy out of the way. Can he be moved out of the way? Come on, bro. Oh, his center of the world is down here, but I'm not going to sit there and move him. Okay, fine. That's his origin thing. So I'm not, it's going to do all that to me. Okay, we'll leave it alone. Because that needs to be baked out, or not baked out, but made to mesh. So we'll just leave that alone for right now. And we'll go to upper leg and see who's going with upper leg. This is just the technically this is the biggest part, because I see upper leg is pulling and none of the cutters are attached to upper leg. Yes, those are attached to upper leg. All these guys here need to go to upper leg. All of them. These are all the cutters and all that stuff. Yeah, all these guys. Yeah, see? They all need to go to upper leg. Okay. So now when we go and pull, of course we have the foot, who was a part of upper leg. Hold on. I see, it's all the way down to the ankle. Well, I'll pull it apart and address it separate. So, or technically, I'll pull it apart and we'll just make sure to bake it separate. That's all we need to do. Everything else just stays the same. So the height, oh, it's for the roller ankle. Now you really got me though. So I need to put this back in place. So all of these, who is this? So roller ankle. Where are you? In here? Get out of here. It's an upper leg. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these guys should be in lower leg. Right? Or they should be separate, but let's put them in, gee whiz. And lower leg doesn't even have a, put it in lower leg there. Oh good, and it snapped right back in place. Which is something I usually get scared when it happens, but hey, that's exactly where it's supposed to go. Okay, so we'll just leave it just like that. All right, so we got that. The hinge joint right now, that's fine right where it is because technically it's gonna roll. If you can see my mouse, it's gonna roll from here, not from the lower one. That's like as a suspension, but it's more so currently right now just visual. Just for right now. He should break apart here. Yeah, see, I was getting all nice and funky with the foot, which I like a lot. Save. Let's save. And we gotta figure out how to get that. Oh, I understand. Because it's all being separated by this ball roller here. This the double ball roller, right? Which is gonna be capped. This guy here. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is he's gonna become a cutter. Is that possible? Yeah. And let's just do a cutter and let him cut all the way through. These are some things you gotta figure out on the fly. And to make him cut all the way through, that means we got to turn on his we have to be brave and turn and have and back out of his nesting, right? So we're gonna undo that. So that way he'll. Let's just zoom in. Can we zoom in? Right. So we want to cut through that little nub down there. Technically, we can just move that nub. How do I want to do it? If I say unnest, it'll cut through it, okay? And by doing that, now we actually have a separate section, right? That all I have to do is put a sphere to the foot area that's going to fit there, okay? That'll work, okay? That'll work. Good. Okay. And also I can cut through there with the bake, which is good. So I don't have to separate this foot or anything. I'll just cut through the bake, and then the ball roller is gonna be separate from that area. Matter of fact, that's exactly what should be happening. And there's another area up here where that exact thing I just did should be happening. But I don't see it off the right here. This guy, he should be going cut. So same thing with him. I'll put and I can actually bake it separate. Let me see if I can select that cutter. think I'll be able to get to him because this guy's here. Let's see if we can hide this guy. Yes, this is one of those videos you skip through to find the section you like. Let's see. Ho 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 ho. He was everybody's tagged. Okay. I have to unselect you there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And we'll just make it a little bit bigger. I'll probably regret it later on. Okay. I'll probably regret it later on. But let's make it just a little bit bigger. And if not, I'll just grab it again and do it again. And let's just make that a cutter too. And once again, all I have to do is put a sphere inside there, and let's send it through all the way through by taking it out of the nest. So it'll cut all the way through. There it is. So now we actually have a section. Okay. And so what happens is when I bake, I'll make sure to bake that separate right where it is. I'll throw a sphere in. When it comes to the animatable rig. That'll be a separate piece that I'll throw in. That's not a part of this piece. And now that I thought of that, I'm like, hey, I could have done that for some other things. Instead of relying upon the sphere from the actual polybake. Everything else will fit in properly. And we're just about, let me see, can I make a box from there? Oh, we need to be a little, oh, I see. We need to pull them out a little wider because I'm gonna make a box here. It needs to fit the width there, right? So let's click on him. He can come out a little further. This is the heaviest part of the whole thing. I don't know who you are. This is the wrong one. Undo. Let's go right, left, right, upper. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Gee whiz. Nope. Let's go here. It's gonna be the sphere. Nope. It's gonna be him. Come on. Come on. Upper leg. Just pull them further away from the body so that when I make my box, the box will clear it. All right. Okay. And also I try to keep everything like on. I try to only move them on the x-axis in most cases. That way they all just slot right back together again. But sometimes with the head or something, it needs since it's already on the center of the X, it'll move on in Blender it'd be the Y-axis, right? And I think that's it outside of the weapon arm. All this other stuff will bake out nice. Okay, so move faster here, Mr. Arm. Oh, he definitely has. Oh. Okay. Well, he'll still bake out that extra arm piece thing, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be used. It's going to wind up being deleted. But it does combine. It does overlap with this other geometry. Let me see. It's really just the top piece. Is these pieces here. There's so many of them. I'll just select the polygons. I'll just make it simple. But this upper arm, I was moving fast with it here. Which one is this? So the right upper arm. Ho is the whole piece. Will it now? Does it all work? Oh, oh, but the little riveting holes. What's wrong with the riveting holes? The little riveting guys down here. I just moved the thighs out maybe too wide because it's now interacting with the other side. These guys should go to the right upper arm. It should go to the lower arm. These guys should go to the lower arm. All right, this one, and this one. And arm lower. Weapon lower. Lower gun. All right. I knew he was there. Let's go. All right. Yeah. Good. And now we need to go back up to the where is it at now? Right upper. Yeah. All right. So now when I move him, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. Good. He's by himself. We'll just move him further out. Okay. Yeah. So it leaves. If I don't have to move it, I won't move it. It's not about moving everybody around the world. But I still have to move it because I see it's in line with the leg there, with that lower leg. So I'll move it because the box won't fit there. So I'll move it out. That's the only reason why. That's the reasoning behind the moving. It's just so you can get the baking box to grab it. And all I need you guys to do is just move. Stay in line. Rings, everybody. Good. Yep. And right there. It can handle right here. No further. Yeah, it can stay right there. All right. Save that. Just make sure it's saving. There it is. All right. So he's technically now prepped for baking. It's the separating part that always is a concern for me. Because you never know what's not, what needs to have a cutter to it and stuff like that. Okay, and now we're going to bake them. Okay, and one more. We'll start with this arm just to get our chops, and then we'll keep on moving. Okay, so let's go ahead because I don't have a scrolling ability to scroll with my pad. I don't have a. The funny thing is it's not even a scroll on the 24s. It does have a little pad you can move your hand up and down on, but it's not actually for scrolling. It's for that actually is for zooming. So I was going to say, at least the 24s could zoom, but no. So this is going to add my bounds, right? So let's go ahead and just move this out a little bit. Right, this is my baking bounds, okay? And once I get them going, all right, because of some viewport clipping, I wasn't able to see my my little controllers for the bounding box, so I had to go and find it and make sure it worked. So it's just moving a little slower because of all the different cuts, and I'm sure I have I'm sure I have all kind of blending stuff going on that maybe that doesn't need to be on. But we're almost there. Just setting up the box. The hard part's already done, which is making sure the model's separated properly so that what does get baked out is animatable, able to be rigged separate and stuff. And that's it. And just double checking your work. And I'll just tighten it up here. It doesn't. I like to just make it flush. In my mind, I'm always thinking that just to try to make it as computationally efficient as possible. Have I really noticed the difference? No, I haven't. Not like, oh, I made that one with the box too big and the mesh is soft looking. No, I haven't seen anything like that. So this is just my precaution. Because if it did come out like that, then I'd be all pissed off. All right, so let's save. All right, woohoo! I'm happy. I'm happy because we're right here. And look how big the window is now. Golly. Well, we are baking, so let me just pull this in here. Like at least there, because I was moving stuff around. Because I couldn't find my little blue empties that control it. So let's go ahead, and I still got to do a little dual mouse action on it because I need to scroll. I need to scroll, and my selector doesn't like that. It's not going to grab it. Let me see if it does do that now. Oh, okay. It'll do it here, but it won't do it on the outline editor. Okay. All right. So now I know. Generate high poly. Density right now is set to 100, which is by default. We just need the density set to 20. Okay, that's the going rate because you see it comes in at 3 million, right? It should hold on to everything and then allow the cleaning process. So I just like to do 20 all the way down, and then only when it goes to like maybe the torso may be at a density of like 10, maybe. Because the poly is going to run real high and the outcome's still going to be the same. So generate high poly. Whoa, see that? And you see it's that's the SDF, but you see the high poly is right in there like that. And that was exactly how fast it did it. For him, do we need to use world mirror? Yes, to use it because I may cut that little piece off and use it later on. There may be some hack job that happens here. Oh, well, it has to anyway because we're going to clean up mesh chunks. So clean up mesh chunks. Because when it does the high poly, it breaks everything into pieces. And it cleaned up the mesh chunks, and it's okay. It looks a little on the softy. Smoothing iterations. Let's undo that. Okay. Let's undo that and put this down to like 5. Because that was a little gummy. Oh, did I just undo the whole entire process? I think I just undid the whole process. Yeah. So let's just do that again. When it, because it needs to complete. Correct? Am I correct? Yeah. Oh, let's keep that 20. Generate. Right, there's our bad boy. And let's keep the smoothing iterations to 5 because I don't want it to smooth out some of these smaller areas in here, right? I don't want to soften it up too much. So clean up mesh chunks when it cleans it up, when it brings it all together. Yeah, and see, now it's tighter. Very good. Okay, now it's tighter. We can move him out. So we know we'll move him out to the forefront. So we see that that's the actual mesh that we're dealing with. Okay. And clean up mesh chunks. And now we're just going to go down one more. 5,000, maybe. We're going to do adaptive quad count. And we're not going to use materials or anything like that. And 5,000 should be enough. And let's remesh it. Okay, and there it is remeshed. We can throw a little shading on it. Oh, is it finished? There it is. Oh, and the smoothing still destroys it. Not that bad, but brought it back to the other one. All right. Okay, so there's not too, unless I go higher. I'll go higher. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. All right. So let's go back. Go back. So that's our chunk. So our chunk is sharp. We can save it. When the chunk is created, that's a good time to save because you can always come back to the file with the chunk in it and continue and now go into the remeshing mode and stuff like that. Right. So let's just zoom into him as a primer. Okay, maybe we won't. Okay. All right. And oh, well, yeah, because I remeshed at 5,000. Let's go bigger. Let's go. He wasn't sharp enough, so let's go 20. So 20 is going to be a favorite number today. All right, 20. All right, so that's going to yield a much better result. So it'll hold. So when we do add some smoothing, here it goes. It'll hold on to all that. At least that's the plan. All right, and there he is. And let's click here. Let's just add some smoothing. And voila, now we got a much better smoothing line. Pretty much what I wanted to have in the first place, okay? It doesn't have to be anything big. It just has to be enough that's going to catch the occlusion, all right, for this particular object. And I can go up higher, but no real need at the moment. The chunk is there. I need to get rid of this chunk. See this chunk? Okay. See that chunk? It needs to be gotten rid of. In order to, even though we're not using it anymore, it needs to be gotten rid of because when we jump to the next objects to do those, they will conflict with that chunk. So it has to be removed from the outline editor. At least that's the way I've been processing it. Okay, so, and I'm going to strip them down. Right now, if we looked at them from mesh, right, from a mesh view, this is our file. Okay, that's our poly count right now. All of that is not necessary, and we're just going to strip them down with bmesh, real neat, nice and clean. Let's load up my settings, okay, and apply to selected, and go ahead. Everything else is, oh, man, that was pretty fast. That was pretty fast. It broke it down really nice. Okay, so you'll see all the gapped areas, as I said before, where the poly count has dropped substantially. How many faces? There's 80,000 faces in him right now. It's saying, that's what it's saying. Okay, but he's stripped. Okay, so he's stripped, and he looks identical to what he looked like before. Okay, right. And voila, we have all the parts all baked out. Some, of course, once, as I always say, that whenever I do like the head or the torso, those areas need special attention so that they hold on to their fidelity. Other areas I let them run a little soft, because they're a part of several limbs or something like that, and so visually it still comes across properly with the occlusion. But other areas like that have really a lot of different elements going on, that's where I crank it up. Okay, so like where we have the torso area, and then then I'll take a look at it also. Right now it's in the Conjure SDF shader, but things look different once you get into cycles, right? Into a real rendering scenario. And here's the file, so he's already broken apart. So all I have to do is if I say, hey, you know what, this res is a little too low, I need it to be sharper, I just come back and just bake out more. But the disassembly, which is the main thing to getting the whole process started, has already taken place, and everybody's able to be gotten to by the box to be compiled into polygons, and that's the main part, right? So all the stuff will translate well once some good surfacing and some occlusion, and once the spec hits it and all that stuff, then it'll be going to town. Oh, and let's see the weapon, his arm weapon. That was really cool. I thought that was really cool. It's back here somewhere. This yeah, did that turn out good? Yeah, that turned out quite nice. Okay. Yep. So everybody's functional, and next up is to assemble them real fast and get them rigged up and animated. Get them rigged up so we can get ready to be animated and exported out for some testing. Okay. All right. So like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.